Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Music Mondays podcast. I'm your host, Sam Slays. Welcome on in, my friends. Happy Monday. This is episode 242 of the Music Mondays podcast. Hope you're all well. Hope you're chilling. Hope you had a good weekend. Lots to talk about tonight, man. Lots to talk about tonight, but you guys know the drill. We're going to start off with some weekly recap jazz. We're going to talk about what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so. We're talking Battle of the Beats finals and how that went. And then I believe we're going to get into some reactions and reviews. So you guys know the drill, man. Let's get into it. So, per usual, Music Money's basic logo t-shirts are still available and in stock right now. We have smalls, mediums, and larges left. So feel free to let us know and contact us if you'd like to purchase one of those. $20 including shipping. And, of course, in the United States only, just so the shipping costs don't destroy your wallet. So, outside of that, next thing we got to discuss is early access Patreon content goes live every single Tuesday on the Music Mondays Patreon. So if you missed a live show and you want to go download it, you want to go clip it, you want to go watch it in high quality, definitely go check out the Music Mondays Patreon because we have a whole bunch of goodies over there. So definitely go check that out. Heading into Tuesday, obviously submissions open for the next week's show. So again, make sure you follow us on social media and stay up to date with all that good jazz. Of course, we do a little bit of Patreon content on Tuesday as well. Heading into Wednesday, SoundCloud Sunday submissions do open every single Wednesday. So again, make sure you follow us on social media and stay up to date with SoundCloud Sunday. But again, submissions do open every single Wednesday. And then, of course, we finish off the Wednesday with a little bit of audio podcast promo. So definitely go check that out. And like I said, make sure you follow us on social media to stay up to date. Let's see. Heading into Thursday, we uploaded a segment from last week's episode on the Music Mondays YouTube channel where I kind of break down the Battle of the Beats finals, how that went, and how it actually went, obviously, after the weekend. But that segment is available right now on the Music Mondays YouTube channel, so definitely go check that out. Go show that some love. And, of course, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. We upload every Thursday, every Saturday. New podcast episodes, exclusive segments, underground tips and tricks, and all that good jazz over there on the channel. So definitely go check out the channel and go show the channel some love. Heading a little bit deeper into Thursday, episode 241 of the Music Mondays podcast is available right now on all audio platforms. So again, if you want to go listen on Spotify, you want to go listen on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts, a new episode does drop every single Thursday if you missed the live show. So pretty stacked Thursday. Heading into Friday, A brand new article is live by your boy over here, talking about Battle of the Beats on the Music Mondays website. So definitely go check that out and go show that some love. And of course, we capped off Friday with Battle of the Beats voting. And of course, you know, this is a live show, so this is Monday. But voting has stopped, actually. Voting has closed. But we'll be talking about that relatively soon, a little bit later in the show. But again, Battle of the Beats finals did go live on Friday. And then heading into Saturday, episode 241 of the Music Mondays podcast is available right now on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. So again, if you prefer the YouTube version and you like to just throw it on and, you know, clean the crib or anything like that, the YouTube version does drop every single Saturday. So again, make sure you go check that out and go show that some love. And huge shout out to everybody that submitted and tuned in to episode 241. Heading into Sunday, SoundCloud Sunday Volume 203 is available right now on the Music Mondays SoundCloud. Definitely go check that out and go show that some love. That was curated by me, and the cover art was done by me as well. But again, huge shout out to everybody that submitted and showed love to SoundCloud Sunday. Much love. That is available right now. Outside of that, make sure you keep your eyes peeled for SoundCloud Sunday submissions. Those do open every single Wednesday. And again, if you're just supporting SoundCloud Sunday, or you need a new playlist, or you have friends that are like, there's no good music out or anything like that, definitely go share them SoundCloud Sunday, because there's 200 volumes of straight underground bangers over there on SoundCloud. So definitely go check that out and go show out some love. So that lands us here today, Monday, September 8th, 2025. We're well into September. This is episode 242, and I'm your host, Sam Slates. That's pretty much your weekly recap and everything that you missed over the course of the last week or so. So, let's see here. What are we talking about next? What's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so? So, let's talk about it. All right. So, Battle of the Beats 2025 has officially ended. So now that leaves us with a little bit more free time, right? And I think we're going to start planning our next event for either October or November. I'm not sure which one we're going to do yet, because we still have Cyberfest 3. I definitely want to put together a new album. And then, of course, we have the Music Mondays Awards at the end of the year. So, a couple things that we could kind of do there. But I think we'll take this week off from events. And then by next week, I think we'll have our next event kind of solidified and ready to go. So, what's coming over the course of the next week or so outside of that? Not much crazy stuff. I think the schedule is going to stay relatively the same, obviously, right? Submissions, SoundCloud Sunday stuff, new articles every Friday. We're going to get back on the YouTube train. Not that we ever fell off, really. But we're going to start getting some more uploads of Feature Friday, Workshop Wednesday, the breakdown, and a lot of our other YouTube series over there. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you get ready for those. But again, yeah, I think we're gonna have a relatively chill week, to be honest with you. Nothing too crazy on our end. I think, like I said, a lot of the regular stuff will be staying the same, and then of course we'll be plotting our next event for the fall. So nothing too crazy happening over the course of the next week or so. But again, make sure you tune into the show and stay up to date with everything that we have going on here at Music Mondays. So, that's what's coming over the course of the next week or so. What else we got to talk about here? Oh, let's do recruiting. So, per usual, Music Mondays is recruiting. We are on the hunt for all of our staff roles. So, again, if you're a writer, journalist, curator, designer, you want to do short form content, you want to do long form content, or anything like that, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email. And like I said, we're trying to add at least like 2 or 3 more staff members before the end of the year happens. So again, make sure you send us a message, send us a DM, or send us an email. And of course, resume is preferred, but definitely not required. If you're kind of a more newer person to underground independent media, we're definitely down to teach you guys the ropes there as well. Of course, if you want any more details on the Music Mondays staff team, we do have a updated role guide for 2025 where I break down all the Music Mondays staff team roles, things like curators, your schedule, writers, things like that. So if you want any more information, definitely go check that out and go show that some love. Alrighty, my friends. So that's recruiting. Let's talk SoundCloud exclusives. Yes. Alrighty, my friend. So, let's talk exclusives. So if you have an unreleased SoundCloud track that you like to have hosted and promoted on the Music Mondays SoundCloud, and of course across all of our social media for completely free. Definitely let us know, send us a message, send us a DM, and send us an email. Again, we're only interested in unreleased material, so definitely keep that in mind, and feel free to do whatever you want to do with the track afterwards as well, right? But we're only interested in the SoundCloud version. And of course, the same goes for YouTube. We are on the hunt for YouTube exclusives. So again, if you have an edit, an AMV, a visual, a vlog, a music video, even if you just want some audio hosted on the Music Mondays YouTube channel, and of course, promoted across all of our social media for completely free, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM, send us an email. And of course, we have a few videos on the YouTube channel talking about exclusives as well, and I kind of go into a little bit more detail over there. So again, definitely go check those out. So, we did recap, we did what's coming, we did SoundCloud exclusives, we did YouTube exclusives. Yeah, no, I think we're ready to talk about Battle of the Beats. We actually cranked through content. Excellent. So, let's see here. Yeah, so heading into the new week, Battle of the Beats 2025 has officially ended. We are done with that competition, and overall, I think it went really well. But first off, huge congratulations to everybody that participated, and special congratulations to the homie Kale for taking the dub. I think we had over a combined 100 votes between Instagram and Twitter, so everybody really fucking showed up for that, and I thought that was awesome to see. You know what I mean? I think that last final was really, really crazy, and the fact that even over 100 people got involved, that's fantastic. That is awesome. So huge shout out to all you guys, even if you just voted or if you got knocked out early or anything like that. You guys are amazing. So much love, my friends. But yeah, so we'll be contacting Kale over this next week to get them their prizes and conduct the interview and all that other good stuff. But again, I think it went fairly well for our first time doing a competition like this, especially something like tournament style, right? I mean, those are like very weird to do. But again, for next year, I think we'll do another one for sure. But again, we'll have a lot more prep time, and now we kind of know like what's good about it, what really didn't work, and things like that, right? But huge shout out to everybody that did submit and supported and checked out Battle of the Beats 2025. You guys really fucking showed out, man. That was absolutely fantastic. So, let's see here. Like I said, we're gonna be planning our next event pretty soon, like relatively soon. But again, we're gonna take a little bit of a breather, let Kale get some congratulations, make sure we conduct the interview and whatnot, and then we're gonna head into our next event. And then fall's already starting, right? So it's about to get pretty busy here post Battle of the Beats 2025. So, but yeah, that's your update, my friends. The last final went completely insane. That was such a cool thing to watch, man. That was a really cool thing to watch. But yeah, until next time for Battle of the Beats, man. Until next time. So, a very successful event, I would say so, to be completely honest with you. But again, massive shout out to everybody that submitted and supported and wanted to get involved with Battle of the Beats 2025. Alright, my friends. So, we'll obviously upload that on YouTube, right? So make sure you subscribe. Make sure that you show this video some love and all that other good jazz. And again, we do upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. Perfect, my friends. Fucking excellent. So, let's head over to Twitter and see what our submissions look like tonight. Relatively chill night, but I think some of the submissions that we do have are really crazy. So I'm excited. But you guys know the deal. Let's pop over to Twitter and talk about some submissions. So you guys know the deal. Tweets are always in the same format, and they'll always read artists and creative submissions are open for live reviews on Music Mondays, live on September 8th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/plays, which is here and now. So, of course, like I said, tweets are always in the same format, but the only thing that does change is the date. So make sure you're submitting for a show that hasn't happened yet. Make sure you double check that date. Outside of that, if you'd like to submit your music, artwork, fashion, or digital creations, drop your links and portfolios below. All art forms are welcome. So again, contrary to our name, Music Mondays, we reacted to pretty much everything here on the show. Everything from obviously music, covers, music videos, visuals, photography, videography, merch, YouTube edits, vlogs, behind the scenes stuff. So we pretty much have reacted to it, just about anything. So again, If you're an underground independent creator and you feel like you deserve some spotlight here on the Music Mondays podcast, feel free to drop whatever you want. Outside of that, we do have a 3-hour show limit just to make sure that the show goes well and it's a little bit easier to watch back as opposed to some of our earlier shows, which used to run like 5-6 hours. Those were pretty crazy. So again, 3-hour show limit, just keep that in mind. And of course, submissions are free. They always have been free and they always will be free. But the only thing that we do ask is that you're following Music Mondays on Twitter to be eligible. Again, submissions are free. They always have been free and they always will be free. But again, make sure you're following Music Mondays on Twitter to be eligible. Again, that not only helps spread our message and grow our platform, right? But also at the same time, you pay respect to everybody else that does wait for their submissions to be reacted to every single week here on the show. And of course, Patreon subscribers' submissions are played first every single week here on the show. So if you're subscribed to the Music Mondays Patreon at any tier, whether that be basic, advanced, or premium, you gain access to a whole bunch of goodies, including the Music Mondays Fast Pass, which for the duration that you're pledged to the Music Mondays Patreon, allows you to have all of your submissions played first every single week here on the show. So pretty much a W. And of course, you get played at the height of viewership, right? Because you get played first. And then, of course, when people go and watch the show back, you're one of the first submissions that they do see. So again, big W. And massive shout out to all of our Music Mondays Patreons, man. You guys are wonderful. One other thing that we do got to mention is submissions do close about a couple hours before the show starts. So again, you have like roughly like 6.5 or so days to get your tracks in. So obviously plenty of time. But again, we are a live show, so keep that in mind. If the show is already live, submissions are definitely closed. And again, we like to keep the show free flow and keep our submissions really organic, right? So if somebody comes through and, you know, they mess up the order and they're already late and things like that, and somebody's in the show waiting for their submission to be played, that can cause a lot of conflicts, right? So how we circumvent that is we just close them before the show starts. So again, you have like 6.5 or so days to get your submissions in, right? So plenty of time. But outside of that, we do have a 2025 How to Submit to the Music Mondays podcast guide on our YouTube channel, just updated for this year, obviously, where I kind of break down the Music Mondays podcast in a little bit more detail, why we take submissions on Twitter, how the podcast even came about, and anything like that, right? So again, definitely go check that out on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. So that's pretty much everything major, but let's see how many Patreons we do have here tonight. I believe it's just the homie Laveries, no Jordan this week. Jordan's, you know, taking a much deserved break from their recent projects. So, massive shout out to Jordan. But up first is the homie Laveries. Now, again, Laveries has been putting in the work heading into fall. They had a really, really solid summer as well. I feel like Laveries is really starting to branch out and like all at the same time, like continue to improve their music, which is such a W to me. Such a W. But Laveries came through and they submitted Popstars Medley, which is off of their recent project, and Laveries performed it live in Charlotte, North Carolina. Put together a medley for Popstars EP and performed it live. Now, Laveries' show footage has been fucking really cool to see. Like, really, really cool to see. So, I'm excited for this, man. Laveries just branching out and getting a lot more shows done and, you know, performing new shit. Like, I think that's awesome. So, Birds of a Feather, Espresso, and then, wow. Okay. So let's get into it here. Laveries Popstars Medley live in Charlotte, North Carolina on August 25th, 2025, which was like literally like a week ago or so. So I'm down. Let's get into it.
So, my name is Laveries. I'm a rapper. I'm 20 years old. My music reflects that, I feel. If you know Billie Eilish, Sabrina Carpenter, and Chaperone, I sample them in this what I got for y'all tonight. Go ahead and hit that for me.
Legend. Let's fucking go. We got Ghost in the chat. Let's get it, baby. Welcome on in, my friend. Happy Monday. Hope all is well, my friend.
Birds of a feather flock together, baby. Told him to do better, but I know he cannot catch a break. Yeah, you know I'm cooking, baby. Yeah, you want the recipe. Say that she addicted, baby. Call me methamphetamine. Too geek, man. I don't see no one. I might just have to ventilate. So much smoke in the party, baby, won't you come participate? So much smoke in the party, baby, won't you come participate?
Shit. I'm good, thanks. Let's get it, baby. Love that.
Let me make a toast. I'm rolling with my team. You know I came with Ghost. I'm on the
You know I came with Ghost.
check. I don't mean to boast. I need new tests all on my body. That's another ghost. So much smoke in the party, but I'm seeing clear. Go get a check, then slide right back, fly out and disappear. Laveries Gucci in this thing, now you see me in here.
Let's go.
Up, circulate, baggy bay. She wanna bring her friends, you know I had to say. Birds of a feather flock together, baby. Told them to do better, but I know we cannot. Yeah, you know I'm cooking, baby. Yeah, you want the recipe. Say that she addicted, baby. Call me methamphetamine. Too geek, man, I don't see no one. I might just have to ventilate. I might just have to ventilate. So much smoke in the party, baby. Won't you come participate? So much smoke in the party, baby. Won't you? Yeah.
Okay, let's fucking go.
All right, this is the next one. I be smoking on espresso, my bitch sipping on sativa. Ah, shit, oh man, I'm smoking on sativa while my bitch sip espresso. She gon' tell me I'm the go. Ooh, baby, you ain't gotta tell me. Y'all already fucking know, yeah. I'm steady chasing after dope. I want chicken.
I like this stage a lot.
Bitch, I'm taking the whole loaf and I take the breadcrumbs with it. Nah, bitch, I don't want your digits. If the digits ain't in the millions, then I ain't gonna sign that shit. What the fuck, y'all tripping? I'ma stack my money up to the ceiling, but like the Weezy mixtapes, bitch, it ain't no ceilings. How I'm feeling, bitch, I'm feeling great. Every thug, that's a close case. Love, shawty wanna see me later.
Let's go, man.
I'ma take her to the room, make her go. I'ma take her to the room, make her go. Put her in position she ain't never done before. Yeah, I'ma take her to the room, make her go. And then this is the one, the sample's hot to go. This is my favorite out of three.
Yeah, I like all three of these.
She wanna live like how I'm living, so I'm gonna make her put in that work. She want that work. She wanna go to Turk. She wanna pop a perk. The perks of fucking with me is I'm gonna show you what your worth is. Suck me good, we can take that flight. You gon' get what you deserve. And thick bitch want fuck, I give her some. And now she just can't get enough. She like it rough, I'm in the while I'm smoking my blunt. Hit her front to back and then I fuck her front to front. Vampire, bitch, I never see her when the sun's up. I think that I just might cave in and cop me a chain cause I'm getting too hot. Need more than boxing top, I think I need 3 thoughts. Got
Okay.
so much guap, I can't be stopped. I gotta get everything I want. We in my spot with so much pot, we rolling dope a lot. NYC, bitch, I'm fucking higher than the buildings here. Indie bitch, she really pretty, I think that we gon' fucking hit. She'll go with that throat, might have to sign her to a deal. Get her in that studio, then get her twerking in some reels. She wanna live like how I'm living, so I'm gonna make her put in that work. She want that perk, she wanna go to Turk. She wanna pop a perk, the perks of fucking with me is I'm gonna show you what your worth is. Suck me good, we can make that flight, you gon' get what you deserve. And this bitch want fuck, I give her some, and now she just can't get enough. She like it rough, I'm in the cunt while I'm smoking my blunt. Hit her front to back and then I fuck her front to front. Vampire, bitch, I never see her when the sun's up. Yeah.
Evening Muse. Fire.
So I kind of broke the rules. That's 3 tracks in one, but that's what I got for you tonight. It's a EP of mine. It's 3 tracks called Pop Stars. The first 2 tracks are out now. The other one will be out Saturday. My name's Love Aries, L-U-V-A-R-I-E-Z. Thank y'all for letting me perform.
Let's go. Let's fucking go. I like that one a lot. Holy shit. I like how LaVerry squeezed in 3 tracks there too. Like, that's probably what I would have done as well. You know, just make like a shorter mix and be able to perform 3 of them in the like 5-minute time slot. I think that's really sick. Well done. Absolutely well done. How are you? I'm good. We're chilling. Another Monday in the books, man. So yeah, I can't keep up. yeah, no, that was a good shout out. That was definitely a good shout out for sure. But yeah, well done. Again, LaVerry's being smart and using like all of their time in such a really good way. I thought that was genius for sure. But this is a little bit more of a different setting, but still kind of similar. I love the stage a lot. LaVerry seems more comfortable. You know, again, like we spoke about a few weeks ago. You know, once you perform more, you just get more loose and more comfortable. You know, and you can see that happening with LaVerry's here, 100%. And especially like. It's like with anything else, right? It's like if you go and watch your show footage back, you're gonna learn like what you like about yourself, what you don't like about yourself, like how to have stage presence and things like that. So that's what's really good about these two, is LaVerry's will be able to just watch it back and be like, oh shit, you know what I mean, and really start to dissect it. But yeah, really was able to perform pretty much the whole EP in like 5 minutes. Fucking well done, well done. See, I feel like that was the shining star for me was Laveri's set list there, because I assume they just give everybody 5 minutes or whatever, but Laveri's was like, all right, bet I'm just gonna sneak in 3 tracks in 5 minutes. I thought that was really slick. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Um, but the big thing here, man, is to just keep doing these small shows right here. Keep doing these 100% because that's gonna really like set you up for the future, especially like you know with like different venues and things like that. Like it's gonna be one of those things where you're much more comfortable later on for the shows that are like super important, right? Because obviously this is just chill, but it's still a show, right? So you still take it seriously, but once you get into the crowds of like the hundreds, maybe like 500, that's where you're like, oh shit, and it's like a huge lineup and things like that. But now since Laverius has been doing these, they're gonna go up to that point and be like, okay, like this is already easy. Like I've already been performing. You know what I mean? So that's what I really like about this. But Shining Star, I feel like was the set list. I'm not gonna lie. I really, really like the fact that Laverius like was like, all right, bet I'm gonna use every fucking waking moment of this 5 minutes, and I thought that was genius, because you get more out for the crowd, and then you're able to perform a little bit differently. So I feel like that was awesome. Well done, my friend. Well done. Massive shout out to Laverius. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go sub to Laverius' channel over here on YouTube. They're approaching 1.1K on the tube. And of course, make sure you go follow Laverius on Twitter. They are only 2 followers away from 140. So make sure you go show them some love on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We upload 2 times per week. We're approaching like 330 subscribers. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. Alrighty, my friends. That was our one and only Patreon of the night. So huge shout out to Laverius and the rest of our Patreon crew. The homie Kruker, Mark, Ryuki, EG, the homie Jordan, and the rest of everybody over there on Patreon. You guys are wonderful. So, let's get into it. Let's pop. I thought that was playing. I thought I heard music somewhere. But let's get into the rest of the community submissions here. So, up next is a very, very talented hip hop artist by the name of Sam's Raps. And they came through with another track off of the Moss and Me. I think we've done like pretty much almost the whole project now, which is fucking sick. But their description, the next and penultimate Moss and Me track features my biological brother. That's fucking cool. I don't think we've ever heard anything from Sam's Rap's brother. Holy shit. Wow. All right. I'm down. Hold on. Let's give it a quick little pause here. You got the homie Arms. Okay. Shout out Arms, man. So the Moss and Me, yeah. So we've done 6 of 8. Now we're going to do number 7, Lilies, Sam's, and Arms. Shit, I'm down. I'm down. All right, let's get into it. Wow. What an instrumental.
Yeah, look. Woke up in a lake dry. Take 5, let's recline. He's fine, she's mine. Third prize is a case full of steak knives. High time slide blame to the wayside. Past lives worked out over my ties. You ever face facts through FaceTime? Face fade 8 times to the same guy. I guess this makes 9, no feline. Yeah, let's refine these lines. Each night stripped down to the spine. Cut fat with the real long slices. I write tall gray deadlines in the sky. Yeah, when did I become an island? Why write when the best song's silent? Why you hate us and then go cicada? Brave to your face us, then stay quiet.
Wow. Holy shit.
How does
How does a door become ajar? How does a man become a regret? Dead dread fret sets petals onto the side of orchid, plucked and left strewn of an orchard, wind swoons of a corset, a corsage for corpses on poor side of torches, just burning.
Wow.
Thinking thoughts with dreams caught in deep parts, the gleam calls to meet falls and redraws my seam sewn seamstress, needless needles prick holes in the feeblest fetus. I'm drowning sounds in the cleanest stream, less pleading needed his path found a screaming tigress. Excuse me, I'm off track, I digress. My lies test the light in your eyes, check for guys, set in stride, pride, let my side try, and set in my time, I'm at ride high, lost time,
No shit.
Repeating the spaces in my mind, to shut and engulf the black that surrounds me, no more lily pad hopping, only dragon flying, soaring, fluttering, not stumbling. Just need to grow wings like they did in the old days and come back to myself like who was he?
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Holy shit. That was like the true definition of poetry right there. My god, what a track. That was fun. That was fun. That's got to be like top 3 on this whole project for me now, I think. I think that cracks top 3. I really like this one. And especially the fact that it's Sam's Rap's brother, you know what I mean? I think that's even like that's even cooler that you can get somebody like involved that like normally isn't involved with music or even your music in general, right? So I like that a lot. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So, we're going to talk about 3 things here. We're going to talk about the instrumental. We're going to talk about vocals. We're going to talk about the overall theme of this track. So, let's talk instrumental. Obviously, Prod Uggy, as is the whole project, but one of the more ear-catching instrumentals, right? Like, as soon as it comes on, it's like, whoa, you know? So, it definitely catches your ear 100%. But let's talk mix. So mix is actually fantastic. You can hear like everything so well in this mix, and for some reason it just stuck out to me today. But yeah, I mean, the whole project has been really solid mix wise, so not really a shocker, right? Something you always want to point out for anybody new here, but I do like the instrumental mix a lot. Very like theatric almost, you know. But so instrumental mix very solid. Instrumental shining star. Probably the melodies. I do like the drums, but the melodies are just crazy. Structure's up there too. I feel like you could argue structure, but yeah, let's go melodies on this one for sure. So, instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix again, much like the instrumental, a fantastic vocal mix, and even for Arms as well. For us being like first time listeners of this track, right? But vocal mix was great across the board. Nothing wrong levels wise, nothing I would change mix wise, nothing that like really stuck out to me as off putting or anything like that, right? But like I said, not really a shocker, but something you always want to point out, right? But Sam's Raps has a very, very consistent mix, no doubt. No doubt about that. But vocal shining star, I mean, it's a crime to not say writing, right? You just gotta say writing on this one. For both Sam's Raps and Arms, to be honest with you. But yeah, you just have to go writing and lyrics on this one. You really do. You really, really do. So, instrumental solid, definitely the melodies. Vocal solid, definitely the writing and lyrics. Overall theme, let's talk about the aesthetics. The Moss and Me cover, again, is like one of my favorite covers from Sam's Raps. I say it every time. But it does have that real good summer feel, which is when this dropped, right? Especially the colors, the texture in the background, like... And then it's all like capped off with the little seal in the bottom right. You know, this is a perfect EP cover. You know what I mean? So I really, really like this one a lot. But it definitely works for this project, especially like being like a little bit more of like a summer project, right? Because this dropped, in June. Yeah, so that totally makes sense. I feel like the aesthetics are definitely on point, 100%. Overall theme, Lilies, Sam's, and Arms. I feel like this is a really great showcase of Sam's writing, but also a really good way to show off Arms' writing as well, right? So this is when we really got to pay attention to the writing and lyrical ability of these two, 100%. But definitely a standout track on this project so far, 100%. I definitely say, definitely top 3 for me in this project, 100%. 100%. So, well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie Sam's Raps. Thank you so much for the submission. Make sure you go follow all these wonderful individuals over on Spotify. And of course, make sure you go follow Sam's Raps on Twitter. They are approaching 1.2K on the bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 330 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week. Every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you go show these artists and channel some love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. So, let's see. Up next is the homie A Groovy Mind, a very, very talented producer, came through with a track titled No Pause, Keep It 100 Mix. Brand new. I'm down. The last Groovy Mind track was very, very interesting. So let's pop this one over and see what we got here. 6 days ago, so brand new. Brand spanking new. I love the cover on this too, wow. I really love the cover, wow, holy shit. The 3rd remix in the Keep It 100 series, indie electronic. I'm down, let's get into it. A Groovy Mind, No Pause. Good fade in. We love those. Good summer vibe here. Looks like summer's still alive and we're in September, eh? Okay. It's a good beach tone. Oh shit. A little bit of a switch up here. Wow, well done. Great fucking structure, man. Holy shit. Great fucking structure. Great summer vibe, man. Well done. Wow. Great outro and everything. That's probably one of my favorites from Groovy Mind. I won't lie. It's probably one of my favorites. Holy shit. But yeah, we're in September, and these summer style tracks are really shining. It's kind of crazy to see, but regardless, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So we're gonna talk about 3 things here. No, actually, scratch that. Since no vocals, we're gonna talk about 2 things. Talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about the overall theme of Keep It 100 mix. No pause. So, let's talk instrumental. Obviously, the majority of this track, right? So instrumental mix, absolutely fantastic. I love the sound selection. Nothing's really clashing to overbearing. The structure's really, really well laid out. So yeah, no, I have no gripes with this instrumental mix whatsoever. To be completely honest with you, especially with the drums and how natural and what's the word I'm looking for? Like wide they sound. I feel like a Groovy Mind did a really good job on this mix. Instrumental Shining Star. Drums really, really keep up the pace and the rhythm for this one, but I do like the structure. Hmm. Let's go drums on this one. Drums are just such a great point about this song that I don't know. I just feel wrong not picking drums, right? But the drums are absolutely fantastic. So instrumental solid, definitely in the drums. Let's talk theme, aesthetics. Again, love the cover, simple, straight to the point. But you got the text up top, Keep It 100 mix right next to it. Yeah, solid, simple, straight to the point. Especially for like a single, right? I feel like for a single, this is absolutely like, um, perfect for this style as well. But this one works 100%. Absolutely. Especially like with the summer vibe that it has. I feel like the cover matches a lot. Overall theme. So obviously the third remix in the Keep It 100 series by A Groovy Mind. But this one definitely has like a really good summer-ish kind of feel to it, So really well done. Really, really well done. So huge shout out to the homie A Groovy Mind. Thank you so much for this submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud. They're only 10 followers away from 90. And of course, make sure you go follow Groovy Mind on Twitter. They're only 9 followers away from 940. Make sure you go show them some love over there on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 330 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. And as I'm sitting here, we actually just got a brand new Music Mondays Patreon member. We got Ghost coming through on the Music Mondays Patreon. So what we will do is we'll bump up Ghost's track since we already ran through the Patreons. And speaking of Patreons, huge shout out to the homie Laveries. We already reacted to Pop Stars Medley, so definitely go check out the beginning of the show and make sure you go show Laveries some love. You saw that? I indeed saw that. Yep, the notification just popped up. Yep. So with our new Patreon, the homie Ghost, we're gonna skip a few tracks and then we are gonna get to Ghost's track first. Damn, I tried to hide it. No, catch it. I got it. But again, Ghost, a very, very talented producer, has come through with a shit ton of unreleased, and they are sitting on quite some gems. I won't lie. They are definitely sitting on some gems. But this week we have another unreleased track, so I'm down. I'm definitely down. Like I said, Ghost has had a really solid 2025, so I assure you this will definitely be up to par. Oh, so it looks like we got a little bit of a collab here. Okay. All right, some brand new unreleased Ghost. Let's get into it.
Dreamer.
I'm down.
Ghost.
You're a wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Every time I see your pictures, I break down and cry.
Oh, shit.
Memories I can't get back up. That's the thought of you and I. Scrolling through my feed, see your face, baby, I get paralyzed. Swimming in those eyes, got me how I dine. Yeah, I'll crack a joke just cause I don't wanna cry. Let a couple tears fall out to remind me that I'm still alive. At least it don't get harder as the months go past. It ain't getting easier, but I digress. I don't dissect the moment that you left. Every chance I get, taking baby steps. So I know it's a hard knock on the path that I roam. Try to take it slow. I've been getting cold, my blanket to your soul. Shoulder all the blame just so you don't lose your glow.
Wow. Really fucking good. Holy shit. That first verse was crazy. Let the beat breathe a little bit. I like it.
Don't know why I'm so okay with giving up my life.
Holy fuck.
You won't even give a second of your time. Act like I ain't got nothing else in line. Everything I do for someone else, never mind. Heads up, I ain't giving up. Now I'm standing up. You might hate me for it, but I guess you'll have to stomach. See me doing better in ways you wish I wasn't.
Huh. Wow. Holy shit. Wow.
Don't know I'm so okay with giving up my life. You won't even give a second of your time. Act like I ain't got nothing else in line. Everything I do for someone else, never mind. Heads up, I ain't giving up. Now I'm standing up. You might hate me for it, but I guess you'll have to stomach. See me doing better in ways you wish I wasn't.
That's such a bar. Wow. Wow. That's a fucking song right there. That is a fucking song. Holy shit. My lord. Everybody snapped on this. Like the instrumental, the vocals, Jesus Christ. All right, lots to talk about here. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So, we're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals. We're gonna talk about the overall theme of Better. So, instrumental mix, off rip, absolutely fantastic. No questions asked. Like everything on this mix is fucking spot on, but especially with the structure and how the mood almost switches up a little bit. Even then, the mix fantastic. Drums cut through nicely. Nothing super clashy, too overbearing. Nothing I would like ultimately change on this one, to be honest with you. But yeah, instrumental mix is checking all the boxes for me. Absolutely fantastic, especially for something like as big as this instrumental is, right? So, instrumental mix very much on point. Instrumental shining star. It's got to be the structure. I was gonna say the melodies at first, but the way it's structured out is fantastic. Absolutely fucking fantastic. Yeah, structure clears here. I was gonna say melodies, but even just looking at it, the structure clears 100%. It's quite the journey. So instrumental solid, definitely structure. Let's talk vocals, vocal mix. I like this mix a lot. It has like a lot of raw emotion in it, but it's not like super raw, right? It's not like unmixed or anything like that. But levels were good, quality's good. Nothing that I would like ultimately change on the vocal mix at all, especially for this style and like what the song's about. No, I feel like the vocal mix absolutely like hit the nail on the head for this, for sure. So vocal mix very much on point. Vocal shining star. Probably the writing and lyrics. The writing and lyrics, man, like is super, super powerful. Writing from a place of like emotional turmoil is really hard for some people. So when artists put it in words like this, I feel like it's super, super fucking solid. So, I'm gonna go writing and lyrics on this one. Definitely. Passionate, powerful, meaningful. Yep. 100%. So, instrumental solid, definitely the structure. Vocal solid, definitely the writing and lyrics. Let's talk theme. Obviously unreleased, right? So no cover art yet, but when this one drops, man, wow. But again, overall theme, right? I feel like I said, writing from a place of like emotional turmoil is like so needed for like so many people, right? And I just think that you know, in some cases, whether you're a producer, you're a writer, a vocalist, anything like that, music and creating is therapy, right? So sometimes you need to get a lot of that shit out, right? And it's one of the more healthier ways to cope with a lot of life's problems. You know what I mean? So that's one of those things here, man. I feel like everybody did a fantastic job with this one, 100%. Loop was crazy hard to do because it was slow. Yeah, right. I did the drums, but the drums I had to restart from the beginning just to make sure it sounded as good as. Yeah, right. Definitely. Dreamer made the loop for me. Wizard did the loop structure, and I added the drums. It's also not the full song either. It has another minute or so. Holy shit! Another minute? Damn. Another minute's actually crazy. Yeah, this is one of those like very meaningful songs. 100%. But I feel like everybody nailed it when it comes down to making a more emotional style track, right? So. Well done, my friends. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie Ghost. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow Ghost on Twitter as well. They're only 9 followers away from 550, so make sure you go show them some love on the bird at my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. We are like 5 or 6 subs away from 330, so make sure you go sub to the channel and show that some love. We do upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. So we left off with the homie Ghost. And we stopped with Laveri's because both Laveri's and Ghost are also Music Money's Patreon. So we reacted to both of their tracks earlier in the show. So definitely go check those out and go show them some love. Let's see here. So, up next, we have the homie Brayden. Now, Brayden's been on a run with their recent project, right? And it's been very, very interesting to see them kind of drift into different styles and sounds. And they are a multi-genre talented artist, 100%. But they submitted a track titled 1,000 Roses. Track 207 will be melodic with it. Oh, shit. All right. So, this might be some old school Brayden, right? Because I think, like, a year, 2 years ago or something like that, Brayden was doing a lot of melodical sorts of styles. So let's see what we get here. We got lyrics and description as well. Big W. All right, let's get into it. Brayden, 1,000 Roses. Let's go. I'm down.
On the grind, I should lose my focus. Baby girl, you smell like 1,000 roses. I'm attracted to your scent, that's how I've been coping. I know you really want me, shit ain't hard to notice. All of my insecurities and I don't mind.
Wow.
And I don't want you to waste my time. So baby, come on over, sign the dotted line.
The harmonies, oh my god.
She said so long, she went and killed me off. Sent me to a different dimension. She hit me to death, I reckon. Walked into my life and wrecked it. Hey, I might need me a second. I somehow can't get a breath in. Somehow I learned me a lesson. If you can't talk, please don't message me back.
Wow.
It's for the best. Said that with my chest. I'm catching my breath. This can't be the end. Love how it started. I hate how it ended. I feel broken.
This is sick, I agree.
Like I got a death. I'm always on the grind. I should lose my focus. Baby girl, you smell like 1,000 roses. I'm attracted to your scent. That's how I've been coping. I know you really want me, shit ain't hard to notice. All of my insecurities and I don't mind. And I don't want you to waste my time. So baby, come on over, sign the dotted line. Baby, be mine. Baby, be mine. Baby, be mine. Darling, we got the rest of our life.
Holy shit.
So long, she went and killed me off.
Wow. Holy shit. Brayden was not kidding about the melodic part, man. Brayden was not fucking kidding. Holy shit. That was probably the most melodic we've ever heard Brayden. Like even with all the old stuff in mind, like holy shit. Well done. My god. I mean, Brayden said melodic. I kind of knew what to expect, but this like blew everything else out of the water that I had in my mind. But let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So, we're talking about three things. We're talking about the instrumental, we're talking about vocals, and we're talking about the overall theme of 1,000 Roses. Relatively obvious what the theme is, right? But we're still going to talk about it and break it down, per usual. But let's talk instrumental. So a very interesting choice for a track like this, but it works. It has this like nostalgic R&B slow kind of thing going on, and I like this choice from Braden. And Braden's really been in their bag with like certain beats and really just kind of almost becoming like more creative with their instrumental choices. You know what I mean? And this one's definitely one of them. But instrumental mix definitely solid. Nothing super clashy to overbearing. Nothing that I would like really tune down or anything like that. Levels are good. Braden sounds good on it. What drums there are, they do cut through nicely. So yeah, no, definitely no gripes with the instrumental mix at all. Instrumental shining star is probably the melody. It does have that ambient like R&B sort of vibe, you know. So I feel like the melody is a big reason for that. So let's go with the melody on this one for sure. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix fucking fantastic, especially with like some of the harmonies and the ad libs and just how Braden really fucking like. Dude, this is one of those songs, man, where like it really shows Braden's like true skill with their voice. And like when they, you know, go to be melodic or create something a little bit more melodic, the talent just shines through, you know. It's almost like effortless for them. But I love the vocal mix. Absolutely fantastic. Wouldn't change a thing. Nothing super clashy to overbearing or anything that I would switch up, right? Levels are solid. All the harmonies are good. Nothing that I would switch up like whatsoever at all. You know what I mean? But vocal shining star, probably the flow and cadence and delivery, man. The way that Braden just became this, you know, melodic fucking beast on this one track is just like God. So yeah, flow, cadence, and delivery. Although writing is really fucking solid on this as well. This is a great story. So writing's really solid, especially with the hook. But definitely flow and cadence and delivery. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the writing and lyrics. Or I'm sorry, the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics. Again, a little bit of a new era. As far as cover art goes with the homie Braden, man. Using the IRL pick for a little bit of an EP cover. I like it a lot. I spoke a little bit about it last week, but again, switching it up is always a good thing, and you know Braden always loves to switch it up when it comes down to their covers. And then, of course, using an IRL cover is like always a good play, right? Like sometimes you really don't want to be, you know, creative or you know, wait for cover art or cook cover art or anything like that. But sometimes, you know, the content and the track actually calls for it, right? So it's more of a preference thing, but I do like the IRL covers that Braden does use 100%. Definitely EP worthy for sure. Overall theme, 1,000 Roses. Quite the love story here. But I feel like, you know, everybody's been here at least one time, you know, and if you haven't, you eventually will be here in your life, unfortunately, right? But Braden does a really good job talking about the feelings of like, you know, wanting somebody that doesn't want you back or shit just not working out, but also like still taking charge of their own life as well. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't talk, please don't message me back. That shit's for the best. Said that with my chest. I feel like those are fire bars. That is really great because it's turning what was like an emotional track into more of like a progressive kind of track, right? And you start thinking about, you know, different emotions, not just love, you know? So, well done. I really, really like the writing on this one. But with that said, huge shout out to the homie Braden. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow Braden on SoundCloud as well. They're only 8 followers away from 390. And of course, make sure you go follow Braden on Twitter as well. They're only 2 followers away from 20, so make sure you go show them some love over there on their new Twitter. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 330 subscribers, so we upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists and channel some love, baby. Let's get it. We actually have something dropping with Braden at the end of the month, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Of course, I'll be talking about it here on the show as well. But we are about halfway through the show, so I'm going to take a quick commercial break. I'm going to need all you guys to get up, go stretch your legs, go walk the dog, go get a snack, maybe go for a smoke break or anything like that. And when we return, the Music Mondays podcast will continue to dive into the rest of our community submissions. So don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Music Mondays podcast, episode 242. I hope you had a good break. Hope you're chilling, but let's get back into the rest of our community reactions. So, up next, we left off with the homie Braden. So, following Braden, we have the homie Offspring Mysterious, a multi-talented artist, producer, engineer, designer, editor, filmer, all the above. Offspring's been really killing their YouTube content recently, and they came through with an upload titled Chemical Herbs. I'm down. Let's pop it open a new tab. Let's see what we got here. Go a little 720. Alright, I'm down. Offspring Mysterious, Chemical Herbs. Let's go. Chemical Herbs, eh? I don't think we reacted to this instrumental either. Bro's cooking. Great transition. He's like, oh god. Bro just dipped. Like, where'd he go?
How's my motherhood? This episode of $1,000,000 worth of game is bullshit. It's like I miss my kids, but it's just like it's discipline to me. Like it's like.
Oh no, not him too. OG Offspring. Bro's hitting that shit. Bro needs the herbs. Her with the cup. That's gold. W cover as well. I like that cover. Well done. Well done. That was an interesting one. That was very, very interesting. See what I mean? Like, Offspring's really, like, up in their content when it comes to their YouTube game, for sure. But I like that one, though. Although her teas with a bomb, not better than mine, though. That's too funny. That is too funny. Well done, my friend. Well done. Again, what an interesting concept. I'd say, Shining Star for this one, man, probably is the concept. I do like this one. This one felt like a little bit of, like, filler, almost, you know, and it was probably a really fun idea for Offspring to do. So, Shining Star here is definitely the concept, 100%. But with that said, huge shout out to Offspring Mysterious. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go sub to their YouTube channel. They're only 9 subs away from 250, so make sure you go show them some love over there on the tube. Of course, make sure you go follow Offspring Mysterious on Twitter as well. They're only 8 followers away from 820. So again, make sure you go follow them over there on Twitter. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 330 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. If you already have, thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. So, last but certainly not least, we got the homie Most Dope Kimon. Now, Kimon, again, has had a stellar summer, been working like crazy. You know, their visuals, their music videos, they've been attacking everything from all angles. But this week, we have some live show footage, which is fucking crazy because it's like, I think we've only spoke about shows briefly with Kimon, but I'm very curious on this. And their caption was throwback. I'm down. Yeah, because we've never seen Kimon perform. We've literally never seen it. So this will be interesting. 9 years ago. Holy shit. 9 years ago? Damn. Following, oh man, and all the links in the description. Holy shit, 9 years ago? He was talking about a throwback, and he meant it. Holy shit. All right, let's get into it. Most Dope Kimon live rare footage. Let's go. Oh, this looks lit. What the fuck? Oh, shit.
I don't know why they think I ain't gonna speak on it.
No way.
Hey,
shit. This is like a legit block party too.
Pull off in that vet, yeah, I ran off with a check. Yeah, flexing on my ass, yeah, she mad cause I'm on net. My kids, they look so crazy. No stress,
Wow.
great, my babe. I put her in that bait, flexing on my ass. Pull off in that vet, I ran off with a check. I'm flexing on my ass, she mad cause I'm on net. My kids, they look so crazy. No stress, so great, my babe. I put her in that bait, flexing on my ass. Making good, I'm good.
Wow. Talk about a throwback too. Holy shit. So I put her in a Rari, hey, Super Saiyan go Vegeta, hey, how when we rich, yeah, major popping like a zit, hey, ran it up like a cheetah, yeah, alligator, I'ma eat you, hey, most dope, I'm a teacher, she a baddie, Mona Lisa. Oh shit, what the fuck? Yo, first off, that was fucking crazy. That was some real throwback shit. Kimon was not lying. But they've improved so much over the last 9 years. That is fucking nuts. From their music itself to their camera footage, like you can tell that like why Kimon is like super comfortable with music videos and shit, right? Is because clearly they've already had cameras on them like years ago, so they're definitely not uncomfortable in front of a camera, and this is proof of that. So wow, this is sick. This is fucking sick. This is like some rare archive shit. Rare footage indeed. 100%. Holy shit. Shining Star here? Man, I love everything about this, you know? I really do. And then, like, I'd say the Shining Star is the improvement, right? Because Kimon progressed so much with their music, their style, their camera presence. Like, if you were to take their current drops and then match them up with this, you'd see such a crazy progress. That is really, really cool to see. I love looking back on shit like this and just diving into artists like real roots and beginnings, right? Because this is crazy. 9 years ago is fucking nuts. Well done, my friend. Holy shit. With that said, huge shout out to Most Dope Kimon. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go subscribe to Beano Movement. They're now only 7 subs away from 20, so make sure you go show them some love over there. And of course, make sure you go follow Kimon on Twitter. They're only 7 followers away from 30, so make sure you go show them some love on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the free upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 330 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you go show these artists some love, baby. Let's get it. Wow, well done. What a show tonight, man. What a show tonight. All right, so let's close it out. Let's give some shout outs. Let's show some love and do all that good jazzaroonie. So, first off, huge shout out to everybody that tuned in and submitted tonight. Everybody who came through in the chat. Huge shout out to the homie Ghost for coming through. And anybody else that lurked and chilled, man, we appreciate you here at Music Mondays. Much love. Massive shout out to all the Music Mondays Patreons. The homie Ghost, which is brand new. The homie Jordan, Kruker, King Mark, Ryuki, DDG, and the homie Jordan as well. Much love. Massive shout out to everybody that did submit tonight as well. Massive shout out to Sam's Raps, Groovy Minds, the homie Levaries, Brayton, Offspring, Most Dope Kimon, and the homie Ghost. Thank you guys so much for all of your submissions. Much love. Definitely a W show, 100%. Let's see here. So, yeah, Battle of the Beats 2025 is officially over. So, we are basically going to be heading into our next event, and then of course, like I said, all the weekly and monthly drops will be staying the same, so you guys know the dealio, man. Sorry I had a power cut. No worries, Ghost. You're all good, my friend. You're all Gucci. Much love. So let's see, we already gave some shout outs, we already did that, good jazz. And of course, if you'd like to submit for episode 243, make sure you follow us on social media: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, pretty much all the places that you can find anybody. We are there. And of course, like I said, you can find this episode tonight on Patreon. And of course, this will be uploaded Thursday on all audio platforms and this Saturday on our YouTube channel. Of course, like I said, submissions open for next week's episode tomorrow, September 9th. So make sure you follow us on social, stay up to date when those do go live. And of course, per usual, I stream 5-6 days a week, so make sure you come through and come kick it with the kid. And then, of course, we'll be live next week for episode 243 of the Music Mondays podcast. Sky went white, and then the power cut happened. Holy shit! Ghost thought he was thought God was coming through. That's funny. But yeah, that concludes it, man. That does it for episode 242. And of course, make sure you follow, subscribe below. Everything linked below. All the socials, all the good jazz is linked down below. I'll be live tomorrow, and then we'll be live next week for episode 243 of the Music Mondays podcast. Be safe. I love you all. Take care. Bye, 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 bye. And I'll see you tomorrow and next Monday for episode 243. Let's get it, baby.